CharlieSports.com 2025 NBA Final Game 7 Summary. Thunder take Game 7, cap historic season with first title with a 103-91 win. Thunder's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander named NBA Finals MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put the finishing touches on one of the most impressive individual seasons in NBA history by hoisting the Bill Russell Trophy, awarded to the Finals MVP, almost 6 years after arriving in Oklahoma City as part of the return in a blockbuster trade that signaled the Thunder's shift toward a rebuild. The Thunder went from winning 22 and 24 games, respectively, in 2020-21 and 2021-22 to claiming the top spot in the Western Conference playoffs each of the past 2 seasons. They followed up a 56-win campaign last season with 68 wins in 2024-25, one of the 7 best single-season marks in NBA history. They set the record for the largest point differential of all time in the regular season, smashing a mark that had stood for more than half a century. Despite the Thunder's accomplishment, Game 7 might be most remembered for an unfortunate reason, as Pacers superstar Tyrese Haliburton suffered what his father confirmed was a right Achilles injury while trying to drive to the basket with 4:55 left in the first quarter. He would be ruled out for the rest of the game a short time later because of the injury, bringing what had been, to that point, a breathtaking postseason to a heartbreaking conclusion. The Pacers hung tough immediately following Haliburton's injury and took a 48-47 lead into halftime. However, that's when Oklahoma City, behind a brilliant stretch of play from the league's most valuable player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, had one of its dominating third quarters, outscoring Indiana 34-20 to take a 13-point lead into the fourth quarter. It wouldn't have been a Pacers playoff game, though, without Indiana making its opponent sweat with a potential comeback. The Pacers eventually got what was a 22-point deficit down to 10 on Andrew Nembhard's three-pointer with just under 2 minutes remaining. But unlike Indiana's magical comebacks earlier in these playoffs, Oklahoma City hung on and survived. The championship is the culmination of the vision of the team's general manager, Sam Presti, who has been in charge since the franchise's final season in Seattle in 2007-08. Since arriving in Oklahoma City in 2008, the Thunder have the second most regular season victories, behind only the Boston Celtics, and the 5th most postseason victories. Pacers Tyrese Haliburton exits Game 7 with Achilles injury. Oklahoma City, Tyrese Haliburton stood on crutches outside the Pacers locker room, welcoming teammates with an embrace as each one came off the floor following Indiana's 103-91 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday night. Haliburton had not been able to finish the game alongside them after going down with a right lower leg injury in the first quarter and needing to be helped off the court. His father, John Haliburton, told ESPN's Lisa Salters during the broadcast that it's an Achilles injury. The seriousness of the injury was apparent from the moment the Pacers star guard, who had been playing through a strained right calf, crumpled to the floor without contact as he was attempting to drive to the basket with 4:55 remaining in the opening quarter. At halftime, with Indiana clinging to a 48-47 advantage, Haliburton remained a vocal presence, cheering on the rest of the team. Haliburton began the game looking primed for a classic performance in Game 7. He had scored 9 points, knocking down 3 of 4 three-pointers, when he got hurt. The Pacers showed the fight that has been their trademark throughout the playoffs. They led at halftime despite Haliburton's injury, but without their best player, they could not outlast the Thunder in front of a raucous Oklahoma City crowd. Miles Turner is the Pacers' only free agent among their core players from this playoff run, and ESPN has reported the team is willing to go into the luxury tax to re-sign its starting center. But Haliburton's injury could pose a new issue in the offseason. The team already has point guards T.J. McConnell and Andrew Nembhard on the roster, but they will need to find a way to replace Haliburton's production for most of, if not all, of next season if they want to remain in contention. Charlie's Sports was your perfect spot for the 2025 NBA Playoffs Conference. We look forward to next year.